Are you recording? Camera 2? Hi everybody, this is Ben and this is going to be episode 2 of my Sony FS7 Mk2 Diaries. I think henceforth to be known as just FS7 Diaries, because it's a waffle, isn't it? Let's face it. There's lots to talk about in this second episode. I've been using the camera for about 3 weeks now, done 3 or 4 shoots and loads of test shoots. So I've had lots of time to use all the features. Well, not all the features, but some of the features clearly. I've got a list here of things I wanted to talk about. So I might be referring to it every now and then, because I just can't talk for 5 or 6 minutes continuously. A good place to start when talking about the FS7 Mk2, like its brother the FS7 Mk1, is the fact that it's kind of a Jekyll and Hyde camera. On the one hand, it's kind of a video camera, and on the other hand, it's got a much more cinematic look, shooting in log and being able to grade in post and, you know, create a really fantastic look, or multiple looks, any look you want, quite frankly. So to keep things brief, because I don't want to go on and bore everyone with talking about matrix and gamma and all these kind of things, I'll kind of briefly summarise what I've learnt about using this camera over, say, a Canon camera. You've got 2 modes called Custom and Cine EI, and they basically are, you know, the yin and the yang, the Jekyll and the Hyde personality of the camera. When you're in custom mode, you've actually got more control, and you can change gamma settings, matrix settings. You can shoot Rec 709, Rec 2020, and you can actually have your own user settings in amongst that too. So it does start to get really complicated, but of course it is a broadcast camera, so you've got to have those settings to please all of your professional users. He consults his notes again. I don't think this is as funny as the unboxing episode. I'm just going to put that out there. So when you're in Cine EI mode, you're limited to shooting in the S-Log colour spaces. So they are the kind of flat profiles, but they give you the ability to grade with much more latitude. I think it's 14 stops of dynamic range on this camera. So in post you've got that, and if you're shooting log, you can make the image look far better than you can if you're shooting in custom and then, you know, trying to bake in the look. I've done a few jobs with my FS7 Mk2 since episode 1, and on both occasions I put the camera in Cine EI mode, because I knew that the client's going to get a much better quality product when they do some grading afterwards. Last time I mentioned the variable ND filter on the camera, and now I've had a chance to get used to it. I'll try and explain quickly how it works. So there's a preset and a variable toggle switch, which then works in conjunction with the rotating dial. And if you're in variable mode and the dial is in 1, 2 or 3 position, you can then use the ND dial to basically, you know, you choose a variable ND. So that's one way of doing it. If you then have it in preset mode, you've got the 4 settings which are clear, 1, 2 and 3, and 1, 2 and 3 are adjustable in the camera, but I think they're on a 1/4, an 1/8 and a 64th. You can also let the camera manage the ND in auto mode, but only if the toggle switch is on variable and the dial is on 1, 2 or 3 and not the clear position, because then the variable ND filter is actually down, so it's electronic, but it still has to be in place. And then if you're moving around as the light conditions are changing, the sun's coming in and out behind clouds, the camera is, you know, changing that variation on the variable ND. I'm waffling. Yeah, maybe I need to have more laughs. Quick mention about the viewfinder, the eyepiece, the loop. I don't think it's terrible, it's just okay. The screen is reasonably clear and I haven't had problems with exposure. I've got zebra and peaking on all the time, so I can, you know, see my overexposed areas and just knock that back, and peaking to help me with focus, but you know, as long as you're concentrating with the loop on, you can get usable results, absolutely. I think the change to square rails is a really good upgrade from the Mk1. I haven't had any slippage at all. I think the crappiest thing about the Sony FS7 Mk2 is the shoulder pad on the bottom of the camera at the back. It is woeful, really, really poor. There might be some continuity problems, the bag may appear. I'm a keen cyclist, I've got lots of bikes and I've got lots of Allen keys. Boring alert. The handle on the camera has 4 bolts to remove it. If you're going very lightweight, you might just want to have the camera body and a lens. With all my Allen keys, I've got 30 probably. None of them fit. There's a 3 1/16 Imperial Allen key, and this does fit, but I emailed Sony Pro support. They told me the wrong size, so that wasn't very good, Sony, because I worked out the right size myself. Onto the new lens lock ring, very exciting. I know you've all been waiting to hear about that. It is redesigned over the FS7 Mk2, which had a kind of more conventional click and rotate to get the lens locked in place, which isn't very good for heavy lenses. So they've put the new system in now where you put the lens into the camera, you then turn the lock ring, and there's a release switch which clicks into place to tell you that the lens and the camera are combined, and then you can rotate the lock ring. It's a much better design, it's much more, professional. And I've had no problems with my 18-110 lens. It hasn't fallen off, which would be bad. So I think that about wraps it up for episode 2 of FS7 Mk2 Diaries. Please subscribe and like and share this video with anyone you might think will enjoy me rambling on about all things Sony FS7 Mk2. Join me soon for episode 3. Cheers. Can we cut now, please? I think I've run out of things to say.